Hello, you wonderful people. So for today's video, I'm going to talk about the teaser trailer that came out for the Thunderbolts movie. If you haven't seen it already, I'll include a link to it in the description. We still don't have a lot of answers about what a lot of Yelena's been up to. We know she was on her revenge path because Valentina pointed her in the direction of Clint. But beyond that, we don't know. There's chunks of her life we don't know. Right, what was she up to in the post the Black Widow movie? We know she was around freeing other Black Widows, but then she disappeared for 5 years because of the snap, but then she came back, and what happened at that time, this seems like to be the first time she's visited her dad. So probably post the Clint situation, post Hawkeye, she's just been doing contract kills, and it's why? I guess the opening gives you that. I was about to say, why now? Why are you visiting your dad now? Where's your mom at? Are things not good between your mom and your dad if they kind of going their separate ways or what? But I'm also wondering, is it just right, she had this big void in her heart because she sought revenge, and that situation played out the way it did, and now she's trying to fill that void inside of herself, and she's doing contract work after contract work, and it just didn't fill that void, and she thought maybe coming home for the first time in forever would fill that void. I think she's probably always known where her dad is. She's probably just never visited him in that time frame since she's been back. I don't know. Who knows? Like I said, maybe the movie will kind of fill in some of those gaps, but like I said, just picking up where some of these characters are, because for example, Red Guardian, we haven't seen him post Black Widow, so we don't know, maybe him and Yelena and Natasha's mom blipped like Yelena was, or maybe he was there in that 5-year time gap. Even a lot of our because that's gonna be an interesting thing, whether or not the movie will answer whether or not any of our people on this squad were snapped or not. I don't think we even know if Valentina got snapped or not, because that could also add to some of their confusion of yo, we exist in a world, they are suffering through the fact is that we came back into a world that's kind of moved on without us, and that feeling of lost and kind of found family, which was kind of a little bit of Black Widow's story, is now kind of coming and continuing in the form of this movie as well. In a lot of ways, these people with all these different circumstances that brought them together, becoming this sort of squad of sorts. Because we see Taskmaster, which I think is so interesting because she's not, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe it's the same actress who played Taskmaster in Black Widow, but I think it's interesting because she's not taking off her mask at any point in time, which I really like the design of the new mask. But I'm I can't remember, I don't think her and Yelena ever fought through the trailer, but it's well, the last time we saw her was right, you got free from the Black Widow situation, so what, it seems like you went right back to contract work. Is she someone that survived, unlike Yelena, maybe she was, maybe she stayed, maybe she, Taskmaster never got, blipped like Yelena did, so maybe that adds to her story of oh, I've been here all that time, and we saw what it did to Clint, we see what it did to some people broke bad and kind of went down a very dark path at that time. So maybe whatever redemption she was kind of going through at that time, maybe post Black Widow, maybe got, we see Ghost is here, but we don't know if she's with what's Lawrence Fishburne's character? Is it Bill Farmer? I believe his character's name. I always forget. But she's not with him. She seems to be doing her own thing. So what happened on that front? Did something happen to him? Is that why she's off on her own, or did she separate herself from him? We also see with John Walker, aka U.S. Agent. Obviously, he had, despite him helping out at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, his reputation never recovered. He's there, kind of wallowing in that self-pity, and I guess that just, he probably wasn't there for necessarily contract work. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't, who knows. Maybe Valentina picked him up but never fully utilized him, and so maybe he's been sitting on the sidelines waiting for an opportunity to redeem himself in some shape or form, or who knows. But it's yeah, his despite everything you did, it doesn't take away from the fact is you still had your fall from grace. So even if you helped out Sam and Bucky at the end, you still did what you did. I do love the conversation about, there are good, Valentina's perspective on, she's oh yeah, people act like there are good guys and bad guys. She's kind of pointing out the whole point is that the world, people see the world in such binary standards of everything being so black and white, when there's so many shades of gray. It's there's bad, and then there's worse. She's putting together this little squad, which we saw everyone kind of gathered which is interesting considering like part of the trailer shows Bucky taking them down. So I don't know if the government called him in to take them out or whatever, because they initially all came after Bob, which obviously there's a lot of theories that, well, Sentry's like maybe not the main antagonist, but he's at least a part of the role, and that's where Lewis Pullman's character of Bob comes into play, that he is actually Sentry. Because we did see, like, if you look, there's him standing there with bullet holes as like they're laying into a whole bunch of bullets into him. You don't see that they're shooting him directly, but his outfit is full of holes. So were they there to sent to kill him? But it seems like they were all set up and falling into a trap. Assassins all kind of hitting the same target, so they would all wipe each other out. It's like, well, maybe they did contract work for this one particular person who's trying to cut ties and get rid of any traces. Is it Valentina behind all this? Because she's the one that seems to be putting the whole team together. But maybe this was all supposed to be some test run of like she put them all through this rigmarole just to see if they came out to the, you know, the cream rises to the top type of situation of like, was she behind this? Is someone else pulling the strings? If I'm not mistaken, I think I remember hearing that Bucky's going down the more political route in this, and we see him like in a court or something. It seemed like it was some kind of court session. I don't know what it was of like, I don't know, like, because it, like, what I'm thinking of is like the What If episode, kind of spoilers for What If season 2. There was, I think it was episode 5, the other Agent Carter, Captain Carter, sorry, I said Agent Carter, the TV show. But Captain Carter, the other episode was kind of Winter Soldier-esque, and Bucky never got the super soldier serum and just kind of lived his life. And we see that he's a government official. Like, he's I don't remember if he was like a senator or something like that, but like I'm wondering if that's kind of like paralleling, like I wonder if Bucky's kind of going down that route post Falcon and Winter Soldier, but they're still kind of putting him in that mercenary path. Like, it seemed like he took steps to kind of forgive himself, you know, after everything that he did as a Winter Soldier. But like, you know, once again, these are people who've fallen on hard times in their respective lives, and how they got to where they are, the events leading up to it, and put them in the positions they're in right now, finding out what that was and what's this thing that's going to unite them. Like, yeah, we got a whole bunch of shots and a lot of scenes, some action sequences, some story beats, but it is still, even though it's longer, it is still a teaser, because you kind of don't still know what the overarching plot is, which I'm perfectly fine with. But I think it's kind of a nice little appetizer. Like, obviously you have the 1-2 punch of like Captain America, Brave New World, and this, you know, being like, I think they're a couple months apart release wise, and it's like kind of the 1-2 punch of, I don't know if it will directly lead into like Cap 4 will directly lead into Thunderbolts, but I'm sure like it'd be kind of neat if we find out they're kind of happening like parallel to each other. I think that'd be kind of neat, like around the same time. So, but yeah, obviously, like I said, these are just some of my thoughts. I'd love to get to know yours in the comments. What are you thinking about the teaser? I mean, once again, a lot of people probably already brought up their thoughts and stuff like that, but there's a lot of people who probably were like, I'm gonna wait for the official teaser or trailer or whatever, like I did. But you know, if you've expressed your thoughts before, you can express them again. What are some things you like from the trailer? What are some things you expect from the movie? What are some things you want from the movie? Just let me know all your thoughts. But really, that's all I wanted to talk about. So the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.